Hey, what's going on? Thank y'all for tuning in. It's the Late Night Juice Box Heroes podcast on a Thursday.
That's right.
But as always, I'm your host, PK, and we got the Dubon Fan Club president, Mr. Moreno, is here with us. Bryles is with the fam down in Bolivar. So we wish him lots of fun down there for the holiday. I fired my IT manager after Sunday night's debacle. I now have Mr. Hardwire from the router. So we should be good.
There you go. Let's hope so. Nope, apparently not. And there he goes. Um, yeah, so I guess we're gonna go Han Solo until PK gets this stuff figured out. We'll try to bring him back in. Oh my god. See, this is what happens.
This
You start
guy's this
running your
guy's
mouth.
this
And,
guy's
and
fired
I don't have
also.
the heart to carry this show by myself. I mean, I will if I have to, but it's going to be a whole lot cooler if they don't have to hear me talk for 35 minutes. So, and there he goes again. All right. So we're going to run Han Solo on this. I don't know what's going on with his internet. So, yeah, man. I mean, so I just came back. I was one of those people today, just came back a little early from the Space Cowboys game. Definitely not, you know, the game didn't go as well as I kind of hoped it was. I mean, because going into the game, I was bragging to the wife saying, "Hey, every game that I've gone to so far, we've won. Whether it was the Space Cowboys or it was the Astros." And I think we left it was like 7-0 or something like that. So it was just, I guess all good streaks come to an end. But yeah, I mean, so we're gonna get into the Rockies series, and then of course we've got the big showdown coming up tomorrow, starting tomorrow night. Against the Dodgers. We'll go ahead and try to give PK one more chance. All right. So he's back. He's still not back. Nope, he's done. Okay. All right. So you know, uh, going into Colorado, we kind of spoke about it on on what was it, Sunday? Last time we were all together, was that like I really felt that this was kind of a trap series. That's the old analogy if you're not familiar with it. Like you hear a lot about it in college football where like, you got a team that's on, that's kind of on a roll. And then, you've got a big game that's coming up, against like a rival or whatever. But before that, you play like some, team that's not having a fantastic season. And what you don't want to do is look too far ahead into the next, to your rival game, and play poorly against the lower team that you're playing now. Um, but yeah, I mean, like the first two games, the Astros did lose today. So, spoiler alert: all of our predictions were wrong. We all took the sweep, even though I probably should have known better and went for the 2-1. But you know, you can't all be winners, I guess. PK, are you back for good?
Who the hell knows, man? I don't know. There nothing has changed from any other episode that we've ever done, other than I plugged in a hardwire cable. So we'll see what happens. Sucks to suck on my end, but yeah, look, yeah, 2-1 series win. I know you kind of talked about it a little bit. We're gonna get into it here shortly, but I really
And there we go. All right, so whatever, but yeah, so kind of getting into game one. You got ahead, they kind of tied, and then you had the man, I'm trying to remember, was game one you kind of opened it up. I think game two, yes, last night's game was the Caratini grand slam, pretty sure it was. But the big thing that I took out of all of this was, I mean, you kind of had one big inning, and then to win the game you kind of held on for dear life. So like we saw last night, we won 6-5. The game before that, I think that was 6-4, or 5-4, or something like that. I mean, but like again, like for me, it was just kind of like I had to understand, or kind of had to like reel myself back in, saying like, listen, we don't have everybody in the lineup, so we kind of have, because at the end of the day, you have Yainer Diaz is kind of off to a slower start than what we were all expecting. We were all hoping for last season he was hot, right? Um, Isak Paredes has kind of been, pretty much been a really good get so far. And then you have Walker. So and Walker, again, Walker is still kind of like at the point where he's definitely performing way below what our expectations were once we had signed him. So you have those guys. I mean, of course, you have Altuve, who I don't know if anyone else kind of paid attention, but the second he started playing a lot more second base, his bat woke up. So and then you have Jake Myers. So outside of those, I mean, really, right now, you have Jake Myers, Altuve, Cam Smith, Isak Paredes. Those four guys are pretty much holding down this lineup. And then you have Christian Walker and Yainer Diaz. I would kind of put them in the underperforming expectations. So that you have those two, and you have those guys. Everybody else is kind of like you have kind of like you're almost at your third and fourth string guys right now because you've got so many guys that are hurt, and then you battle through you battle through a tough series against the Cubs, and then what the news hits. Jeremy Pena's hurt now, so he goes, he goes down, on the IL, and then what do we do? We call up Shea Whitcomb. So my thing I put out, I was like, well, hopefully this kid will play, right? Hopefully. I mean, because at this point, I mean, you've been trotting out there Guillorme, you've been trotting out there um, Brandon Rogers, you've been, and you just haven't gotten the production out of those guys. Now, granted, come to fight now, Guillorme's hurt now again, and Brandon Rogers is hurt, so and then they stick Whitcomb in last night, and his first at bat, he goes yard. So I'm just sitting here like, fantastic. And I've had people come up to me and say, Chris, why are you on this Whitcomb thing? Because and my thing is we've we're seeing what we're getting out of Guillorme. We're seeing what we're getting out of Rogers. What's the worst that you could get out of Whitcomb? I mean, could he give you any worse than what those two other guys have? And again, I'm talking about strictly offensively. I'm not talking about them as an entire ball player. Offensively, Shea Whitcomb cannot give you any worse than what those other two guys have. And so it was nice to see his first at bat. He got his first major league home run. So I didn't really get a chance to watch a lot of today's game. I mean, so I know that they were up 2-0, and then it was 2-2, and then the Rockies got up like 5-2. They Astros had it, and then I guess the Rockies came back and beat them. Uh, we have a special guest tonight. This is PK.
Look, man, if it goes out again, you just keep holding it down. I don't
I'm
know what's going on.
so
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't
So
know.
did you watch? Did you watch today's game at all?
Yeah, I did. I came in kind of late. It was already it was all well. Yeah, it was 3-3 when I turned it on. So that would have been the third inning after three. And and so here was my thing. I mean, Walter did okay. I mean, he ended up doing 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 earned, 3 Ks. I mean, he's had a lot of good outings since he's been up. I mean, minus the one he had in Anaheim where it was just a complete beatdown. Right, that was
Yeah.
couple starts ago. It's bound to happen. I think my issue was like our offense came back when we were down when we were chasing 2. It was 5-3. Cam Smith, who
Oh boy. Yeah, and that was kind of a perfect segue, even though like I'm pretty sure that it was an unintentional segue. I mean, Cam Smith, that kid has been on fire. Another 3 hits today. His batting average has been raised up to 291, and it's just kind of crazy when you look back. A couple months ago, you're looking at him; he's hitting 209. Again, I'll raise my hand. Said I was one of the guys that said absolutely send this guy down to AAA. Let him get every day at bats. Maybe we rushed him, but then here he is, killing the ball. So again, there's a reason why I sit behind this computer or just behind the screen, and there's a reason why guys are coaching major league teams. So I mean, again, it is what it is. So, but yeah, I mean, like so. As far as the Rocky series, yes, I would have loved the sweep. I feel like if we would have had a full strength team, which the news came out. I don't know if we covered it on the last episode, but then you had the news come out with Jordan. He's been shut down again. I think they officially placed him on the 60-day IL. So that's 2 months that he's going to be out. I mean, holy moly! I mean, like how many? Like I don't even know if we have enough guys in the roster right now just to cover a 40-man roster right now. I mean, it's just everybody. Zach Short got called up there. I mean, like that's what I was saying. I mean, like this team, as far as on the offense, I mean, even on the entire team, we're like down to like string four, string five, and almost damn near string six with all the guys getting hurt. I mean, so the fact that we are still here sitting what 7, 8 games in first place, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like it's almost kind of like you can't understand why this is going on because really, honestly, you look at teams like I mean, look at the Rangers. The Rangers right now are kind of in the same situation that the Astros are in. They have fantastic pitching. At times, the offense could be terrible. You've got, Adolis Garcia, doing this ridiculous like bat flip, celebration home run, and I think that was like the tie of the game or whatever. And then they end up going to lose the game. I mean, but like it's been a kind of like mind blowing time right now to be an Astros fan, just to watch all the crap that's went down with this roster, with these guys getting hurt, going into the season. I know there was a lot of the people, a portion of the people I talked to thought this was kind of be like an intro to like not a rebuild, but kind of like a retooling, as people say. I mean, but like I don't think anybody had had on their bingo card we would have all these guys hurt, and yet, we're almost 20 games over 500. First, we're in first place for like 5, 6 games, and we're heading up for a pretty intense showdown with the LA Dodgers, and it's just again, it's a little frustrating because like we go into LA, it's 4th of July weekend, and it's just like man, you sit here and you're like, I wish this team was 100% healthy, and I know the Dodgers are kind of going through their thing, but it's just kind of like, man, it's like I wish we had a healthy Astros team against a healthy Rocky or a healthy Dodgers team. I mean, but I think there's enough juice in this offense, in this Astros offense, that I think we can kind of take this series. I think like I go back and forth because it's like, man, with the latest slew of injuries, it's like, man, you take Pena's out of the lineup now. I mean, he was killer for us leading off. And it's just kind of like, can this offense hold up against the Dodgers pitching? Now, again, Dodgers are hurting for pitching, right? We've talked about the Dodgers always being the favorites in the National League. However, I mean the guys, I don't know what it is, but the guys that they bring over can't stay healthy. Like you look at, I think half of their roster, half of their pitching rotations hurt, especially Glass now, and I think who's the other one? I think Bobby Miller's hurt. He may not be hurt, but we'll go ahead and get into the I know Matthew's asking about the Astros Dodger prediction. So ask and you shall receive. Again, doing Han Solo duty over here tonight. So to catch us up, to recap us, we all lost. We were all losers for this series. We all took the sweep, and again, so we're still at the same ground as where we were on Thursday. So hey, maybe I'll make up some ground with this with the Dodgers series. So the Dodgers series. Now this, this matchup is pretty near and dear to my heart because my brother's a big Dodgers fan. We had him on last season. We had a little bet going on, so um, maybe we'll make a bet with him. And if the Astros win the series, we'll bring him on and he can say some nice stuff about the Astros. But so you have I mean, again, you're looking at records. I mean, they're pretty damn near close as far as records. I mean, the Dodgers do have a 3-game better record than the Astros. Tomorrow night's game is going to be kind of tough to see, because like which Lance McCullers is going to show up tomorrow night. We're going to get the Lance McCullers that go 6 innings, strikes out 8, maybe gives up 1 run and just looks fantastic, right? Or are we going to get Lance McCullers that's going to struggle? So and then like I said, for the Dodgers going tomorrow night, it's going to be Kasparis. He's 6-2, 3.97 ERA. Not a bad ERA. I mean, like so good pitcher. The big game, though, the big game that I think is going to be very exciting is going to be, again Saturday. You got Valdez versus Otani. I mean, Frambo's been fantastic. Fantastic this year. He's definitely looked like 2022 Framber. And then you have Otani, who's I think this is going to be his second or his third start. Since I think he needed Tommy John as well. So that's going to be a pretty. I mean, that's going to be. If I was Bryles, I would probably say take the under. Which again, I went to the Space Cowboys game last night as well with Bryles, and he was just like he was saying that he was pretty shocked that I think the over under was at 11, and I think with I think the first two games they went under. And then, of course, again, as we have our favorite pitchers going on Sunday, TBD versus TBD. Now, I think what the game plan is, hopefully, if we can get PK's dial up internet taken care of, I think the plan is we're going to go live during the first couple innings of that game and kind of do a live reaction. So if you guys want to join us, I mean, of course, the more the merrier. But um, my official prediction for Dodgers Astros in LA starting July 4th. A part of me wants to say 2-1 Astros, but I think there's another part of me also that wants to say 2-1 Dodgers. You've got again the wild card is going to be which Lance McCullers shows up. If it's Lance McCullers that's dealing, then I mean clearly we have the potential to take this series 2-1. If he's not, and really again also too, it also determines who's the TBD for the Astros. I mean, it could be Colton Gordon. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to go back and look. Colton Gordon, I think, pitched game one, and then Hunter Brown pitched yesterday. Walter pitched tonight. The McCullers for I mean, I would probably say it'd probably be Colton Gordon. So, with that being said, I'm going to roll the dice, and I'm going to say Lance McCullers has a bounce back start. I think we'll win Friday, we'll win Saturday, and then we'll lose the TBD matchup. So I'm going to go 2-1. I don't know if PK's sent me his picks. Looking right now. Nothing. He's crying about his internet. So, and Browse is off somewhere sipping margaritas in Margaritaville down in Bolivar. So I'm going to go 2-1. Again, you can comment on this video, comment on our Facebook page what you think we're going to go, what your prediction is for the Astros Dodgers series. And, we'll go ahead and, hopefully, like I said, I mean, I know me personally, I want us perfect world, we sweep them because then I have all the bragging rights with my brother. Every time we hang out, it seems like he always wears his Dodgers stuff, so hopefully, they can kind of do me a solid and, we'll take this series. So I got the Astros 2-1 against the Dodgers, and I'll get with PK and Browse and see what they've got. But we did have some more news come out about big kudos, big congratulations to Hunter Brown. He won the American League Pitcher of the Month. Of course, what can you say about him, man? The dude's been dealing. I mean, this is the Hunter Brown that I think everybody expected to see right after the 2022 season when he had a short call up. I think it was 2022, pitched against the Rangers, and I think he pitched against the Tigers, had a couple of really good starts. And then people were already ready to kind of christen him the next JV. And then he, kind of struggled in 2023. And, pretty much 2024, he kind of struggled, got sent down to the bullpen. And pretty much since he came back in that Detroit game where came out of the bullpen, the dude's been money. In my opinion, he should be your American League starter for the All-Star game. And again, man, congratulations. Because I want to say I think this is his second Pitcher of the Month award. I could be wrong. But he, definitely wins it for the month of June. And then also Josh Hader. Josh Hader wins the reliever of the month for the Astros. Again, we talked about this, the last few episodes, how, Hater has really like gotten rid of all the bad juju, all the bad mojo that happened with him um, last season. I think a lot of it, is that I've noticed that we don't really use him that much in the ways that Espada used him last season. I know Espada liked to use him a lot to keep the game tied. And, that would frustrate the hell out of me because I'm like, you're paying this man 20 million. He's your closer. His job is to close out games. If you need to get somebody to for a hold or whatever, go sign somebody. But I think his streak is still going. I think he's at 24, 25 now, 25 consecutive saves. So again, hats off to Josh Hader and hats off to Hunter Brown. I think the fact, because also the All Stars, I guess the starters for the All Stars came out, and I think that our boy Jeremy Pena got completely like I'm gonna go old man yelling at people to get off his yard because as much as I get why MLB likes to invoke the fans into the All Star voting, I think it's 100% crap, man. I mean, like, I think it shouldn't matter what your name is. It should be your All Stars or a I don't want to call it a celebration, but you're nominated based off your stats, not because your name says. Um, I mean, they have Gleyber Torres in center field. I don't even think Gleyber Torres plays center field, right? Gleyber Torres is second base. So it's just like I get it. Aaron Judge deserves it. All right. As much as I hate the Yankees, Aaron Judge has been killing it this season. He deserves to be your starting right fielder, right? But you look at Jeremy Pena's stats versus, and I get it, man. This kid from Oakland, I can't remember his name, Jacob Wilson. Fantastic season. Do I think that he should have started over Jeremy Pena? No. Now, granted, Jeremy Pena's hurt, so that might have played it into the decision afterwards or, before they made it official. But again, I feel like your stats, regardless of if your name is whatever your name is, if you have the stats to back it up, that should be the guy that should start. So again, that's my old man, screaming for the kids to get off his yard. Soapbox. I do think obviously Hunter Brown, Fromber, and Josh Hader will make the All Stars on the pitching side. But I do think we need to limit the amount of fan votes that they allow. I mean, because these guys are going out there voting what like 5-6 times a day for their guy, and it's like I don't understand why this guy who's got excuse me who just got optioned to AAA, why is he on the All Star team? So, but yeah, I mean, so congratulations to those guys that got the starter nod. Also, Bryce Matthews and man, I can't remember the kid's name. Man, I suck at life. Bryce Matthews and there was another kid. I wish my memories is better than what it is now. They got selected to the Futures game, so we'll get to see Bryce Matthews. If you haven't been checking out Bryce Matthews, you can check him out on if you get the MLB package. You do what I do. Like I don't want to listen to the games on 790 because they're all staticky, so I buy the $3 a month MLB audio package, and that comes with all of the minor leagues for the Astros. So you can watch them play every home game or every game that they broadcast them. I'm still trying to figure out a way to cast it to the bigger TV. Haven't been too successful just yet, but yeah, I mean, so Bryce Matthews has looked pretty good the last few nights. That I've been out there at Constellation Field again, man. If you're not going to Constellation Field, man, you guys are missing a heck of a time. I mean, the baseball's great, the atmosphere is great. It's super family friendly. So, and like I said, I mean, they're the defending AAA champions. I mean, so give them some love. Go out there, go support them. But yeah, I mean, so I heard home and I thought PK and I were gonna smash this, but apparently he said that's a cool story. I'm gonna run Han Solo. So we're going to go ahead and close this out. Guys, have a very safe and a very happy 4th of July weekend. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, which doesn't say much. And, again, happy 4th of July. Hopefully, we get a big series win for the Astros. And, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Come join us Sunday when we do our live reactions. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube page. You can hit us up on Facebook. You can hit us up on X. You can hit us up on Instagram. And yeah, man, interact. Like I said, if you take the time to message me, I absolutely will take the time to hit you guys back up. Again, thanks for everybody who's taking the time to watch this, and we'll see you guys Sunday.